Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Narco speaking. In this video I'll be showing you guys how to go about in identifying key structures within the market. So I also have two giveaways. First one being a free guideline called the tips and rules. Let me just show you guys the tips and rules on how to identify key structures, the PDF. So immediately when this video reaches 50 likes, I will be dropping the link to the PDF in the description down below. So watch the video until the very end, because that's when the big second giveaway will be revealed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us commence with the video. Okay, so first thing you need to know that so I'll be starting with a textbook analysis, textbook example on market structures. Okay, let me just remove this one. Okay, so ultimately in a bearish trend we're looking for higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs, higher lows. So in a bearish trend, the important thing that you need to know that is that we are respecting highs. We are violating highs and we are respecting lows. We are violating highs and we are respecting our lows, and then we are violating highs. So immediately when a high is violated, we have what we call a BOS, a breakout of structure. So even here, immediately when we violate a high, we have what we call a BOS, a breakout of structure. So we have something like this. A breakout of structure. Okay, so the rules that you need to know within a bearish trend is that, okay, let me just draw that sketch again. We have something like this. Okay, the rules that you have to know is that in a bearish trend we are looking for buying opportunities, and then we are violating our supply areas. So meaning that we are respecting our demand areas and we are violating our supply areas. We are respecting our demand areas and violating our supply areas. So our supply areas they are mainly at our higher high, or they are mainly at our higher high. So let me just write that down. They are mainly at our higher high. What am I doing? Okay, they are mainly at our higher high. So once a supply is violated, we have what we call a breakout of structure. We have this. We have what we call a breakout of structure. Okay, so now what we are expecting from the market here, from this high here, we are expecting the markets to push to the downside, to our higher low, respect it, and push to the upside. So meaning that here at our low we are going to have a demand area, and at our high we're going to have a supply area which needs to be violated so that we can consider a breakout of structure. Okay, so that's one thing you need to know. In a bearish trend we are looking for buying opportunities, Another thing is that in a bearish trend we are looking for respect the market to respect our demand areas and violate our supply areas. Same thing, we are looking for our higher highs to be violated, and we are looking for our higher lows to be respected. Okay, so now a few example of a bearish trend is that what happens if price just turns here, or price doesn't violate our low and then pushes to the downside, like this here. Are we still going to consider this low? Are we still going to consider this as a low? This here is a low, and are we going to look for buying opportunities? The answer is that no. Once a low is not once this high is not violated, like this, we are not going to look for buying opportunities at our low here. So we are not going to look for buying opportunities. So a high needs to be violated first, creating a breakout of structure in order for us to look for a demand area here, so price pushes to the upside. Okay, complicated sketch. Let me just clear this out and start all over. Okay, so now let me just clarify on that. Okay, what happens when a low doesn't, a high doesn't get violated? Are we still going to consider a demand area here? Answer is no. This high here needs to be violated with a candlestick close, and then we are going to consider a demand area at our higher low, and we will be looking for to push price up and violating our previous higher high. Okay, cool. Another example is that what happens if price pushes to the downside and violates our demand area? Okay, so now when in a bearish trend, when price violates a higher low, we are going to look for a change of market character, meaning that a change of market character, meaning that states that we might be moving from a bullish trend to a bearish trend, meaning we are going to look for something like this. We are going to look for something like this. So since this demand area is violated, we are going to look for a change of market character at our higher low. And now change of market character states that it's a change of a trend. We are moving from a bullish trend to a bearish trend. So now we are no more looking to respect our demand areas. Now we're looking to respect our supply areas. So sellers are now in control, no more buyers. Sellers are now in control. So now I said that in a bullish trend we are looking to buy the market only. So we are looking for longs only. We're looking to respect demand areas. So now in a bearish trend, we're looking to respect our supply areas. We are looking to respect our supply areas and violate our demand areas. So we're looking to respect our supply areas and violate our demand areas here. Okay, that's the first rule. So another rule is that in a bearish trend, we looking to respect our lower highs and violate our lower lows. So we have a lower high here, a lower low here, we have a lower high here, we have a lower low. Let me just change them. Lower low, we have a lower low, and then we have a lower high here. So now in a bearish trend, we're looking to respect our lower highs, and then we looking to violate our lower lows, meaning that we're looking to respect our supply areas at our lower highs, and then we're looking to violate our demand areas at our lower lows. It's simple. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so what happens if a low doesn't get violated like this here? Are we still going to consider taking a supply zone or a supply area at this point here? Answer is no, we are not. Why? It's because this lower low wasn't violated, meaning that we could experience a change of a trend like this here, because now could experience a change of a trend, or price could turn here, could push to the upside and then violate the low, or price could create equal lows here, equal lows, which is liquidity lying below those lows. So now we know that since there is liquidity lying below those lows, we know that the market has to push down and break the lows, and those lows automatically they will turn into a breakout of structure. So immediately, another thing I forgot is that immediately when we break a low, we have a breakout of structure. So immediately when we break a lower low, we have a breakout of structure, and then on a bearish trend, we respect our lower highs. So this is the simple things that you need to know within the market. I feel like if you can master market structure, you're going to know like where the market is moving and how is the market going to move. So once you know those things, you can master everything. You can be a profitable trader too. Okay, so moving on to a change of market character within a bearish trend. Okay, so we have a breakout of structure here. So now what happens when we, let me just clear these things out. Okay, so now we broke this low here and we have a breakout of structure. We have a breakout of structure. So since it's like this, now we're going to look to take our short at this supply area here, but then unfortunately our supply doesn't hold, and it violates our previous our supply zone and our lower high. What could that mean? That could mean that we're moving from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. Okay, so immediately when price violates our lower high in a bearish trend, that means that we could be moving from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. Okay, so we're going to have a change of market character here, and now we are no more going to look for supply areas, we're going to look for demand areas. So we're going to look for something like this. So now we no more creating, we are no more respecting a lower highs. So now we are respecting higher higher lows and violating higher highs. So this is a higher high here, we have this higher high here, a higher high over here, and also a higher high here, and we have a higher low here and another higher low here, higher low. So immediately when we violate our lower high in a bearish trend, we know that we're moving from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. So now we no more respecting our lower highs, we are respecting our higher lows. Hence why we are moving from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. In a bullish trend, we respect our higher lows and we violate our higher highs. So now on our immediately when we have a violation of a higher high, we have a breakout of structure. We have a breakout of structure. And when we respect our our higher lows, we know that we have a demand area down there and another demand area here. Okay, that has to be respected, and then price should push to the upside and violate the previous higher high. Okay, simple. So now let's move within the real market examples. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now for the real market example. Okay, so here we have USD CHF on the daily time frame. Okay, we can see that USD CHF has been has been on a bearish trend on the daily chart, and you can clearly see that it has been respecting lower highs and violating lower lows. Okay, you can see that here is a lower low, here is another lower low. Okay, here is a lower high, and a lower high, and another lower high here. Okay, So we can see that also USD CHF on the daily chart, it has been respecting supply areas and violating demand areas here. It has been respecting supply areas here and violating demand areas, respecting supply areas. Okay, so we're going to like focus on from here to here. I'm going to explain this part within the end. Okay, so we can see that USD CHF on the daily time frame has been on a bearish trend, and it has been respecting a lower highs and violating our lower lows, one of the properties of a bearish trend. Okay, and the other properties that are, it has been violating our demand areas and has been respecting our supply areas. Okay, remember that on a bearish trend we're looking for selling opportunities, and on a bullish trend we're looking for buying opportunities. Now we're on a bearish trend, and we can see that USD CHF has been respecting our selling opportunities at our supply areas here. So price tapped into our supply area and pushed to the downside. Price that tapped into our supply areas and pushed to the downside. Price tapped into our supply area and pushed to the downside. Okay, but then didn't break this low. Going to explain that in a minute. Okay, so we have, okay, let me just delete everything now. So now we know our lower highs and our lower lows. Okay, so now here we have a, okay, so immediately we have a violation of a low. What do we have? We have a breakout of structure here. A breakout of structure. Okay, so no, in fact, let's start here. Let's start here, because here there's a perfect example of a change of market character here. Okay, so as you can see here, USD CHF from here, USD CHF has been in a bullish trend. You can see the momentum of the buyers there. You can see that it has been on a bullish trend, but then, okay, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows. Why is this thing jamming? Okay, we can see that this can be a higher high on a smaller time frame. This can be a low on a smaller time frame. A high, a low, a high, a low, a high, and this low here was violated. Let me just go on to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, okay, can see here that this low was violated, giving us a change of market character. So now, since this low has been violated, we know that we have a supply area at this high here. Okay, so now we know that we're moving from a bullish trend to a bearish trend. Okay, so now we're looking from a bullish trend to a bearish trend, and now we know that we're looking for supply areas, meaning that we're looking for selling opportunities in a bearish trend. Okay, so now we have this supply area here, and we know that we can see that our lower high was respected, and then our lower low was disrespected, meaning that it was violated. So once we get a violate from a lower low, what do we have? A breakout of structure. Okay, a breakout of structure. Okay, let's move back to the daily chart. Okay, so now since we have a breakout of structure here, okay, you can see that price pushed up, filling up these imbalances here. Okay, now, and we know we have a supply area here, and price taps into our respects our lower high and taps into our supply area and pushes to the downside, violating our lower low, meaning that once price violates our lower low, what do we have? A breakout of structure. Okay, a breakout of structure. Okay, now we started off. I classified this as a lower low and this is a lower high. Okay, why did I do that? Okay, I did that because on the substructure, meaning that as if you look at this here, if you look at this structure from here to here, on the lower time frame, we can see that we have a bearish momentum here. That, let me just go to the 4-hour time frame so that you can see it properly. Okay, so I classified this as a lower low and a lower high because that on the lower time frame we have a substructure that whereby there are lows and there are highs on it. Okay, on the lower time frame. Okay, so here we can see that we have a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, a lower high, and then we have this lower low here, the one I classified, and then we have the lower high here, and then another lower low here. Okay, see, that's why I classified this here as a lower low, because it's a valid lower low on a substructure on the lower time frame. Okay, let's move on. So now we know that so now once this low was violated, we had what, a breakout of structure here, and we had another breakout of structure here, but then unfortunately a breakout of structure here. So once we have a breakout of structure and price have grabbed liquidity here, we know that we'll be looking for supply areas. So our first supply area would be here, because that now we can see that price broke out of structure here and created this lower high here. Okay, then went again up and went again and violated our lower low. So now when prices push up, now we will be expecting to take ourselves at this supply area here, but then unfortunately price violates our supply area. Okay, what could that mean? What could that mean? That could mean a change of a trend, a change of market character. That's where we implement a change of market character. Okay, change of market character. And as you can see, price pushed to the upside, could have tapped into a supply area here, but then now you need to ask yourself which one is more dominant. Okay, this could be a supply area here, This here could be a supply area, and now you need to ask yourself which one is more dominant, because now we broke out of a lower low, a lower high I mean, and we broke out of a supply area on our previous lower high. And as you can see now, price pushes to the downside, price taps into a supply area here. Let me just go to the daily chart. Okay, we can see that we have this here, price taps into it, but then unfortunately it gets it gets violated. Okay, why did it get violated? Because we have this change of market character here. So now we could be moving from a bearish trend to a bullish trend, and as you can see, the supply area got violated, and now we have this break out of structure here. Okay, that's how you go about identifying structure on a bearish trend. Okay, so let me just do one more example on a bullish trend. Okay, let's move to USD CAD. Okay, so as you can see here, USD CAD has been on a bullish trend, whereby it has been creating higher highs, respecting higher lows, creating higher highs, respecting higher lows, creating higher highs, respecting higher lows, and creating higher highs. So the structure is pretty simple. Okay, whereby immediately when we have a violation of a high, let me just mark up this. Immediately when we have a violation of a high, we have a break out of structure. Okay, a break out of structure. Immediately when we have a violation of a high, we have a break out of structure. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, and then the properties are that on a bullish trend, we're looking for buying opportunities, and we're looking to violate our supply areas. So okay, on a bullish trend, we're looking to respect our demand areas, and we're looking to violate our supply areas. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, let me just mark up our market example here, delete this. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this here, we have a higher high, we have another higher high here, we have another higher high here. Okay, then we have a higher low here, then we have another higher low here, another higher low here. Okay, so we can see that price violated this higher low, this higher high here. Immediately when it violates the higher high, we have what? A breakout of structure. Okay, and then price pushes to the upside, pushes to the downside, and what do we have? A demand area here. We have a demand area here. Price taps into our demand area, then pushes to the upside. Okay, so now we can see that we have this here, but then remember, on a bullish trend, we are respecting our demand areas and we are violating our supply areas. So we can see that at this higher high here we got a reaction down, but then the market was creating a liquidity, was forming liquidity. We can see that here we have a equal highs here. So if the market were to come down to our low, our higher high here, I mean our higher low here, this here would not be a valid demand area, because why? This, we didn't have a break out of our higher high. Okay, so I think that's clear. So now remember that price tapped into this demand area and pushed to the upside. So firstly, price failed to clear out the liquidity above the higher high, pushes to the downside, a reaction to the downside, but then eventually breaks out of our higher high and creates a breakout of structure. Okay, price pushes to the upside, then pushes to the downside. Okay, clearing out the imbalances here. We still have imbalances that needs to be filled. So initially I would consider, wait, let me just consider this as mitigated. Classify this as mitigated. So immediately when price pushes to the upside, clearing out the liquidity above our high and violating our high, we have a demand area here. Okay, but then price tends just below above our demand area and then pushes to the upside. Okay, so now we know that this here is our higher low, and price has violated our previous higher high, and now we have a breakout of structure, BRS up. So now we'd be expecting the market to come down to our demand area, violating our higher low, but then remember that now we have something called liquidity inducement trap. This could be liquidity inducement trap here, liquidity inducement trap. Okay, so price could go down and then tap into our demand area and then push to the upside again. But then if price violates our higher low and this one, we know that now we're moving from a overall bullish trend to a bearish trend, meaning that if we violate this higher low here, we're going to have something called change of market character, and now we will be pushing price. We will be looking for supply areas. We will be looking for supply areas, and we will be looking to violate our demand areas. Okay, so now change of market character is going to change us from a bullish trend to a bearish trend, but then that's only if this low here gets violated. Okay, and I think that's all for today, and that's all for today on how to go about identifying the key structures within the markets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now for the huge giveaway. That I'll be giving away free lifetime mentorship to an individual. To enter the giveaway, you need to subscribe, you need to comment and like the video. Giveaway ends on the 15th of October, meaning that on the 15th of October I will be announcing the winner. Okay, now another important thing is that the more you like and the more you comment is the more I recognize you, and is the more you stand a chance to win the mentorship. Okay, and also remember that I'll also be giving away a tips and rules on how to identify key structures, a free PDF guide. So this PDF is going to guide you on how to identify the key structures, on how to go about all this. Okay, so another thing, do also follow me on Instagram. Let me just wait for it. Okay, another thing that do also follow me on Instagram for smart money educational content. I post daily smart money educational content on my Instagram account. You could learn a thing or two. And also do also check out our free Telegram channel. We share daily analysis and signals there. Okay, you just click on the link on the bio and then click join channel. Then you should be redirected to the group. Okay, let's just wait for it to load. Okay, we share daily analysis for you guys. Okay, if you have reached this far of the video, let me know how was the video, and let me know how was the video and what kind of videos you would like to see on my channel down in the comment sections. Please do like, share, subscribe and click on the bell notification button so that you get notified every time I drop. Peace.